Christian friends, have you noticed this Bible pattern? Unlocking the hidden power of repetition in Scripture. Psalm 136 verse 1, Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good, His love endures forever. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Verve's Devotional. It feels so good to connect with you all again. Today, we're diving into something I've been pondering lately, something that might seem small at first, but when you really look at it, it's profoundly powerful. It's about repetition in the Bible. Psalm 136, in particular, leaps out at me. It's almost a mantra, isn't it? That phrase, His love endures forever, is repeated over and over again, 26 times to be exact. Now, why would the psalmist do that? Why this relentless repetition? It's not just filler, my friends, it's a deliberate act, a powerful rhetorical device that speaks volumes about the nature of God's love. Think about it, we often use repetition in everyday life to emphasize a point, to really drive something home, right? We do it with children, we do it with loved ones, we do it even when we're trying to convince ourselves of something. And God, in His wisdom, uses repetition in Scripture for the same reason, to make sure we truly get the message. This reminds me of that old saying, repetition is the mother of learning. Think about learning a new language, you don't just glance at the vocabulary once and expect to become fluent. It takes constant repetition, drilling the words and phrases into your mind. It's the same with spiritual truths. This constant reiteration of God's enduring love isn't just a stylistic choice, it's a teaching method designed to help us truly grasp its magnitude. Imagine yourself facing a challenging situation, a difficult relationship, a health crisis, financial worries. The world screams anxieties at us, telling us that our situation is insurmountable, our future is bleak. But embedded in this endless repetition of God's unfailing love lies a powerful antidote to fear, a balm for anxieties. And it's not just about intellectual understanding, it's about immersing ourselves in that truth, allowing it to seep into our very being. It's about letting that constant affirmation of God's love become the soundtrack of our lives, playing softly in the background, even during the loudest storms. And isn't that a beautiful thought? The Hebrew word used here for love, hesed, carries so much weight. It's more than just romantic love or even familial affection. Hesed speaks of covenant loyalty, steadfast commitment, unwavering faithfulness. It's the kind of love that endures through thick and thin, through success and failure, through joy and sorrow. It's the love that doesn't waver, doesn't tire, doesn't give up on us, even when we give up on ourselves. It's the love that picks us up when we fall, dusts us off, and reminds us of our worth. That enduring love isn't a fleeting emotion, it's a bedrock, a foundation upon which we can build our lives, knowing that even when everything else crumbles, God's love remains. He's not a distant, uninvolved deity, but a loving Father who actively pursues us, even when we stray far from His path. Now, think about the historical context. Psalm 136 was likely written during a time of exile or oppression for the Israelites. They were far from their homeland, facing immense hardship and uncertainty. But in the midst of their suffering, the psalmist proclaims this message of hope, this unwavering truth of God's enduring love. Imagine the comfort that those words must have brought, repeating this mantra, this powerful declaration of God's unwavering faithfulness, like a lifeline in a sea of despair. This wasn't just an abstract theological concept, it was a tangible source of strength, a shield against despair. And what about us today? Are we not often facing similar challenges, different perhaps in nature, but similar in intensity? The anxieties of modern life can feel overwhelming, but remember the Israelites' struggle, and know that God's hesed, His steadfast love, still endures forever. And here's where it gets really powerful. Notice how this repetitive structure mirrors other aspects of Scripture. We see this repetition in other Psalms, in the repetition of God's promises in the prophets, and even in the consistent theme of redemption throughout the entire Bible. It's not just a stylistic choice, it's a purposeful theological statement. It underlines the consistency of God's character, His unwavering faithfulness, His infinite mercy. Think of the recurring themes of forgiveness, redemption, and new beginnings. They're not isolated events but consistent patterns, woven into the fabric of the narrative. They're repeated not to bore us, but to reassure us that God's love is not merely a fleeting promise but a steadfast reality that endures across generations. This constant reinforcement isn't about diminishing the power of each instance, but about amplifying it. Each repetition strengthens the message, embedding it more deeply in our hearts and minds. It's like a melody, a beautiful, resonant melody, that grows richer and more profound with each repetition. The more we hear it, the more we understand its depth, the more we internalize its meaning. It's not about passive listening, but active engagement. It's about allowing the words to wash over us, to penetrate our souls, to reshape our perspectives. It's about accepting the comforting embrace of God's enduring love, letting it penetrate the deepest recesses of our hearts and renew our minds. Isn't that just stunningly beautiful? What is the difference between hearing something and internalizing it? The climax of this devotional, I believe, is not found in a single verse but in the cumulative effect of this repetition. Imagine the weight of those 26 repetitions, each one echoing God's steadfast love. It's an overwhelming tide of grace, washing over us, cleansing us, restoring us. It's a powerful affirmation of God's unwavering commitment to us, His children. It is a message meant to be repeated, shared, and embraced, a message that not only comforts us in our darkest hours but also empowers us to face the challenges of life with courage, hope, and faith. The beauty of Psalm 136 is that it isn't just about intellectual understanding. It's about experiencing that love, feeling its power, and allowing it to transform our lives. This isn't just about intellectual understanding, my friends. It's about a deeply personal experience of God's love. It's about feeling the weight of His faithfulness, the comfort of His presence, the unwavering assurance of His love that remains, unchanging, even amidst the storms of life. It's about the comfort and hope those words, repeated, reiterated, emphasized, bring into your daily life. It's about letting the rhythm of that phrase, His love endures forever, become a rhythm in your heart. It's a rhythm that carries you through moments of uncertainty, a rhythm of hope amidst despair. And this, my friends, brings us to the heart of it all. How are you embracing God's enduring love? How are you letting the repetition of His promises in Scripture shape your perspective and bolster your faith during moments of trial? Do you actively seek out the patterns and repetitions within Scripture? What kind of reflection and meditation can bring these divine patterns to life for you? Are you actively reminding yourself of God's love, not just when things are going well, but especially when things are difficult? Let's talk about it in the comments below. In the midst of our busy lives, it's easy to overlook these seemingly small but profoundly important details. But if we take the time to notice them, to reflect upon them, to let them sink into our hearts, they can have a transformative effect on our lives. The repetitive nature of Psalm 136, and indeed, many other passages, emphasizes the consistency and unwavering nature of God's love. It's a constant reminder that even when we stumble, even when we fall, His love remains steadfast, unchanging. It is an anchor in the storms of life, a source of strength in moments of weakness, and a beacon of hope in times of despair. The message is simple yet profound. God's love is eternal, unchanging, and enduring. It's a love that transcends time, circumstance, and even our own failings. It's a love that is not only a source of comfort but also a source of strength, enabling us to face whatever challenges life may throw our way. And as we actively engage with Scripture, allowing these repeated themes to permeate our thoughts and feelings, we will find ourselves increasingly rooted in His love. This is not merely passive acceptance but active engagement, actively searching for God's love and seeking to understand its deeper meaning. So let's take this message into our lives this week. Let's choose to dwell on the truth of God's enduring love. Let's allow those words, those repeated phrases, to become a constant reminder of His unwavering faithfulness. Let's carry this message with us, letting it shape our thoughts, our actions, and our relationships. Let's consciously seek out the repeated themes, patterns, and promises within the Scriptures, recognizing in them a deeper wisdom and a powerful testimony to God's steadfast love. And as you navigate the challenges and triumphs of your week, remember this simple yet profound truth: His love endures forever. Let this become a personal mantra, a source of strength and encouragement, a constant reminder of God's unwavering presence in your life. Let this truth settle into your soul, becoming the foundation upon which you build your faith, your hope, and your trust in a loving God. Let the repetitive phrases and themes within Scripture serve as a constant reminder of His enduring love. Remember, this isn't just a devotional, it's an invitation to a deeper relationship with God. It's an invitation to actively engage with His Word, to seek out the patterns and themes, and to allow those truths to transform your life. So, I challenge you this week to actively search for the repetitive themes in Scripture. What insights do you gain? What encouragement do you find? What renewed hope does it bring? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's encourage and support each other on this journey of faith. I can't wait to hear from you. God bless you all.